Hello, today we're going to show you how to make a Facebook wall by integrating a jQuery plugin with your Squarespace website. Just doing this as an example for a request, but you can integrate pretty much any plugin into your jQuery site or into your Squarespace site with a little bit of fiddling around, but primarily using this method. So what you'll want to do is log into your site, and whatever page you want to integrate the plugin on, you have to create that. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to Settings, Advanced, Code Injection, and we've got to actually put jQuery into your site. I usually do this from other sites that I have just by copying and pasting. There's also a couple of good sites if you just Google use jQuery with Squarespace. This will show you how to do it, but these are what you need right here: Squarespace script, search plugin.js, search site.js, and then you need to call the jQuery library. And I'm calling 2.1.1, which is relatively new, but you can always look and see if there's a newer number as well. So these 3 lines of code right here, and then paste them into your code injection in your advanced settings. Hit save. jQuery is now enabled on your site, so you can write any sort of script, plugin or not. But we're going to show how to do plugins since that's a little more advanced. And basically the goal is to create something like this on your jQuery site where it actually integrates with your Facebook. So in order to do that, basically the plugin I'm using is by Thomas Clausen, jQuery Facebook wall. So we go and we download the zip file, which will look like this. In that zip file are a couple of things that we need. Once it opens here, there we go. We need the Facebook wall plugin.js, and we're going to need the style sheet. We can pretty much ignore the rest of it for now. I mean, you can play around with this if this is what you want to do, but the style is going to tell this what to look like, and this is going to tell Squarespace what to do. So the first thing we're going to do is open the style in a text editor and copy the whole thing, because we're not going to read the style sheet. We're going to put this style right into Squarespace. Cuts down on the number of steps we have to do. So you'll go to Design, Custom CSS, and just paste all of those styles right in there. So that way, when you come over to your Facebook wall, you can style it however you want to using these styles. Hit Save, and go back to your pages. The next thing you'll want to do is you'll want to upload that jQuery script or the plugin to the actual site. Now there's a couple of older tutorials on how to do plugins that I've seen online, and they say that you go to Design, Custom CSS, and add it via your custom styles. But if you'll notice, that says add images or fonts, and I don't know if this is a recent thing because Squarespace no longer lets you put any type of file up there. Notice that this is a .js, and it doesn't upload at all. So we got to figure out how to cheat the system a little bit. So what I like to do is create not in the main nav. I like to create an unlinked page, and we'll call it plugins. And in that page, I list, there we go, edit. Alright, so in that page, I list all of the plugins that I want to have in my site. And we just turn them into links and upload the file. So we'll add a file, and we'll add the Facebook wall plugin.js. There we go, that's saved. So that's now a linked file. But in order to get the address of that file, you're going to want to hover over it, right click, and copy link address. That's pretty much the only way you can get the address of that file, and you're going to need that address. So what we're going to want to do is come to the page that we want to put the plugin on and go to Advanced, and we're going to write the script that calls that plugin. So first we'll just paste the address of that plugin. Basically it's going to be your site domain, s / whatever your plugin is. It's always your site domain / s / whatever your plugin is called, .js. That's going to be the same address all the time. So we want to get the script that's going to work with that, and this will work right here. Actually, let's do the full thing. So do script, type as text / JavaScript, and then we'll have to look it up. That's where we copy and paste this. And then we just hit save. So the other code injection that we did in the advanced brings jQuery library to the site itself. What we just did in here, by hitting the gear, advanced, tells us that on this page only in the code injection called this plugin. So now, well, not on this page only, but that's, oh, actually, yes, it's on this page only. Sorry. I was looking because I was on the wrong page, yeah. On this page, your Facebook page, advanced, call the plugin. So you want that on whatever page you're putting it in. And now we actually have to create where the plugin's going to live and then the script that's going to call it. So I'll do code. Let's make a div for it. ID equals Facebook wall. So that's where it's going to live. And then right above it, doesn't really matter if you go above or below or where you put the script. I just always go above for some reason. Put another script, and here's where you call the actual plugin function itself, which this is what he says to do. That's Thomas Clausen, the guy who built it. Here's all of the different options that he's built into the plugin. And I haven't really messed around with those, but feel free to once you get it up and running. So another code block, and we want script. And then we'll put that in there. And notice a couple things. We want this Facebook wall to match this div ID that we copied down here. So when I said div ID equals, it was Facebook wall, to make sure you're calling the right thing. Then you're going to need the ID of whatever page or your profile ID you're doing. I'll be showing you how to do it with one of my fan pages that I have, and you can do it with that. You can do it with a profile ID. You can do it with pretty much anything, and then I'm going to tell it how many posts to call. So where do you get this ID? If you go back to this page, he's saying get your fan ID. Fan page ID. You can do this, replace with graph, and there is your ID right there. There's also a nifty little website called findmyfacebookid.com, and how this works, when you go to it, oops. I already did it, so. There we go. It's going to say enter whatever URL you want to do it. So I'm going to enter that. There we go. And it's 63462 whatever. You notice that that matches if I go with graph. right here. Matches 634. It's exactly the same, which is fantastic. So that Facebook ID goes into this where it says your ID. Access token is the tricky one. So what we want to do is we want to go into developers.facebook.com, show you that, and we want to create an app. We want to add a new app and website and name it whatever the hell you want. We're just going to go with wall. Create new Facebook app. You're going to have to choose a category. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. Hit create app ID. Oh, it's not going to let me because it's too close to what Facebook already uses. Let's go with test. Wall. Right here, we'll just go with Squarespace. There we go. New app. Choose category. Education. Create the app. That's pretty much all you have to do. Notice, don't get fooled by this app ID. That's not the ID you want. You want the one that's your actual page. There's a next down here that you don't really have to do, but you can type the URL of whatever site you want, of your site. That I would recommend putting your Squarespace URL in there, actually. Mobile site URL, you should be having a responsive site, so you don't really need that. And just hit next, and basically all it does is makes it a little more permanent on your app, but you didn't really need that to get your access token. So the next thing you want to do is go to Tools, Graph Explorer, and in here you want to pull down Graph Explorer to choose the name of the app that you wanted. So now we have that, and we want to get the access token. So pull that down, get access token. And these are all things that I'm not really sure exactly what they all do. I do know that we want user events, and then in extended permissions, the really important one is manage pages. That's going to give access to manage your page and pull your posts. So we'll click those two, get access token. You don't want to submit for review or anything like that. We don't really care what they think. Hit OK. Hit OK, and up here is your access token. So just highlight it all, copy. That access token goes in right here. I've already done mine for this page. Oops. So that access token goes in right there. We hit save, save, and then come over and take a look at it. You'll never see it in the actual preview. If we come over here, visitor access. Oops, I got the wrong URL. Oh, it's Facebook wall. That's why. There we go, and you've got a Facebook wall. And like I said, you can come into your custom styles and, oh, not commerce, design custom styles, and you can play around with editing all of these to get your fonts and whatever you want for your styles. That is how you would integrate pretty much any plugin. If you have things that go with your plugin, like this one had these images, loader images, or things like that, those you would add as images, you would add as custom files. Images, loader, small GIF. You would get the URL of them, and I do that by basically going to the bottom down here, manage custom file. If you click on it, there's the URL right there. And then you would put that URL in a text editor before you uploaded your main Facebook wall or your main plugin file. You would find out where that was loader small GIF. So look for loader small GIF. Oh, it's not being called there. It's being called here. Maybe his name's something else. Find all, Facebook loading, backfoot, loader PNG. So notice right now it wouldn't find this loader PNG because it was looking in images, loader PNG. So it's line 42. So you would have to replace this with this. And then it would be able to find that image. So your styles go, for any plugin, your styles go in here, your images go in here, and then you find their URLs. Your plugin goes here on an unlinked page that you just bury. And basically it's just a file upload, and then the important thing is copy the link address, and you need that so that you can call it in your advanced. That address goes right there. Those are all of the key parts to getting your plugin done.